Hi, Chef Ryan here. There are so many different kinds of kimchi, but one in particular is most abundant in the spring and early summer. That's Yeolmu kimchi, or young radish kimchi. That is these right here. They're a beautiful little tiny radish with a lot of greens. Hard to find in parts of the world. So, we're gonna use these babies right here. I've been doing it for years from my farm. Red radishes and the tops of the star of the dish. All right, so let's get started. Got a bowl here and our red radishes. So, I grew up wasting these tops for so long, but we don't waste anything over here. So, what I'm doing is I'm cutting those greens off with a little bit of the radish, all right? And then you wanna take off this little root piece on the bottom. Okay. If you wanted to make this with just the greens of your radishes and use the radish for something else, that works too. Probably mimic even closer to Yeolmu kimchi that way. Now with the radishes themselves, you can just quarter them, so we'll have a nice crunch in the kimchi. So I've just cut that one radish into 4 pieces. All right, so get these in the bowl as well. And let's get a little bit more leaf into our kimchi here. I've got about 200 or 250 grams of Napa cabbage. And I'm just gonna cut this into kind of bite-sized pieces. All right. So simple ratio here. We're gonna go with about 6 tablespoons of salt and about 1 liter of water. And we've got cool water here. This has to sit for at least 45 minutes for it to all soften up. Next thing, let's go ahead and just cut up a little bit of green onion. I'm just gonna use 3 or maybe 4 of these guys. And we are going to put these into maybe like 2-inch pieces to be added later. All right, next step, guys, we've got to get a little bit of food for our fermentation to happen. So 250 milliliters of water, or about 1 cup. 1 tablespoon of flour will do it on this. There we go. We're just gonna get this up to a boil. Mix that up really well. So this paste that we're making here with just flour and water is not only gonna feed a healthy bacteria, but it's also gonna kind of act as glue that helps all these other flavors stick to every ingredient in our kimchi. It's kind of just gonna look like a simple paste when it's done. While that's cooling down, let's get everything else ready. Grab a bowl. We can start with this very important ingredient, Korean red chili flakes. We're gonna go with 3 tablespoons of this. 2, 3. 1 tablespoon of mayshell or plum syrup. 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. 5 cloves of minced garlic. And 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. Get all those flavors mixed together. There we go. Now that this is cooled off, our paste with flour and water, I'm just gonna go with about 2, maybe 3 spoons of it. There we go. And give that a stir. All right, it's been about 45 minutes, so grab a strainer. If it tastes extra salty, you might give it a rinse. I kind of like the salinity that I've got here right now, so I'm not gonna do that. Remember those green onions that we chopped up? Add that in here now. And finally, we can get our sauce in here. Time to mix. All right, our red radish kimchi is done. Let's get a plate here and plate this up a bit. Time to taste. Get a nice bite. Okay, a little bit of heat, not too much. That miso is making my mouth water so much. That's sour and sweet. Yum. But give this about 5 or 6 days. Check this out. So I made this about 6 days ago. All right, exact same recipe. Yeah, look at that. You can see the bubbles of fermentation. All right, let's taste some of this 6-day fermented one here. Whereas this one, the fresh one, is a little heavy on the fish sauce or salt for me. Exact same recipe. This is all balanced while the moisture comes out of the vegetables and everything melts together in fermentation. Just absolutely love it.